Alright guys, we made it to Disney. Gunner and I are going to try to do some bass fishing in some of these Disney ponds around our resort. We're staying at one of the I guess it's a mid-grade resort. It's Port Orleans. It's pretty nice. There's ponds all around us. There's a pond just down the road here we're going to check out. We're going to try to catch a Disney bass. I know that you can't fish around the ponds anymore. I know that several people do it because I've been watching their videos. So what I'm going to do is do some recon real quick before we go to the parks. I've heard the canals don't have much big bass in them, but the ponds do. So I'm going to go down to this pond I seen on the map. I want to check it out. We're staying at Port Orleans Riverside, which is a mid-grade resort, it's cool. Actually, all the resorts are good resorts on property. We pretty much stayed at most of them and end up coming back to Port Orleans every time. So it's not a bad option. So I'm going to take you over here to this pond. It's just outside of our room. Probably, I don't know, 300-400 yards. So we'll take a look and try not to get kicked out. I've noticed at this time of hour there's a lot of workers coming in, so we gotta hide in trees. So the pond's right through there. And some of these people are catching 8-pound bass out of these. I see some fry swirling around in the water. Looks like a decent pond. We're gonna hit it up. Try not to get kicked out. See what happens. Stay tuned. So we're gonna spend about a week in Disney. And we figured while we were here, we'd try to fish some of these ponds for some giant bass that Disney supposedly has. Never done it before. We've been coming here for, gosh, as long as I can remember, 20 years every year. Miss a year here and there. And we never tried it, so we're gonna try it. After this, we're gonna go to Clearwater for a week and hit up some of our favorite spots for snook and maybe get on the tarpon. We met some people a few years back that hooked us up with some snook areas. And we've caught some giant snook. So hopefully we could get at least one Disney bass out of this trip without getting kicked out of here. So stay with us, we'll see what we can do. That's the backside of our hotel where the pond was. We'll go out front down to the canals. I've seen fish in the canals, but it's more like bluegill and crappie, maybe tilapia. I've never really looked, to be honest, to tell you if there was bass in there or not. So we'll check it out. This canal runs miles and miles throughout Disney properties. We can go from Port Orleans on a little ferry boat to downtown Disney, or now they call it Disney Springs. But you can go all over the place. Like to throw a pole out and troll. They'd catch us though. Tons of signs for snakes and alligators, and we've seen them. A lot of frogs last night too. Looks like there's bass in there. Throw it up against the edge of those banks on those reeds over there. It's gotta be. Oh, maybe one night we'll sneak out here and try to do that. But usually in the morning like this, it's fairly quiet because everybody else is already gone.
Are you recording?
No.
Yeah, you are. It's on.
Tell us what we're gonna do.
I don't know.
What are me and Gunnar gonna do?
Go fishing.
What?
Look how still that water is.
Say it to the camera.
Go fishing.
That weed line, throw a topwater frog over there, bud.
So Gunnar and I are gonna go do some fishing at Disney. We've seen it done. Everybody else is doing it, right?
Right.
So we're gonna do it. We've been coming here for like 493 years.
My 13th time in Disney World.
And we've never fished it. What the hell? Why haven't we fished it? Don't know. But now we are, because everybody else does. And they're catching some monster bass. We can also fish here at the resort at Old Man's Fishing Pole.
Fishing hole.
So we'll try that one day. They have it like privately screened off. I've heard that the canals don't hold much bass, but there's fish in there. You can see them. I don't know if they're tilapia or bluegill or bass. But there is a spot you can actually pay for and fish, and it's right up here at Port Orleans, and it's like cordoned off so it doesn't go into the canal, so they either stock it or put them in there. We fished it once when Gunnar was a kid, and we weren't thinking about monster bass. I don't know why, but they give you a cane pole and a worm, and we caught bluegill. But we can bring our own poles and use our own tackle and go here. So according to this sign, there is largemouth bluegill, catfish, and sunfish. Let's go have a look before I get kicked out of here. So here's the place that's cordoned off. You can see right there where the canal is, and it drops off. Well, I guess they stock this. We'll try this. It's only like $6 or $7, $8 at the most to fish in here. It's not that big. Here on the other side is where they block off the Old Man's Fishing Hole. You can see the cement wall right there, so no wild fish can get in there, or fish they don't want in there. But God, there's gotta be some big fish in here under these trees. It's gotta be. You can rent the Disney fishing excursions for like a half day. It's like $270 for 4 hours. Actually, for a half day, it's 400 and something. 2 hours is 270. And you go out on a pontoon boat or a Boston whaler or a nitro boat that you can rent. But any of the resorts that has a marina like this one, you can rent one of the boats over there. You just got to call guest services and set it all up. But the last time I paid that price for fishing trip, we caught a tuna as small as a trout we catch in Colorado, so it's not worth $500 for bait fish. So we just end up doing it ourselves because these guides don't care. They just rush you out there and rush you back. So we're gonna do it ourselves. That's what we're after. Disney World bass. Except you can't fish in the parks. It's probably a 3-pound bass in there easy, but we can't fish in the parks. So as soon as we get a chance, we're gonna hit up some of the ponds and canals around the resort. There's about a 3-pound bass over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out here, Colorado bass, and in Florida. He's pushing forward. Yeah, he's huge.
Should have brought some hand lines, tried to catch him. So the lagoon at Tom Sawyer's Island, in the 70s, you used to be able to fish. You used to be able to catch and release. And they don't do that anymore because everybody would catch their fish and then end up throughout the day leaving it in the parks to rot. And then the whole park would smell like dead fish. So they stopped doing the catch and release program. But it would have been awesome if you could have fished this, because I can imagine the bass in here.
Your drag's way too loose, dude. That's a big bass. Keep him in the water, keep him in the water. Oh my God. Don't let him go. I'm out. You got him? Yeah. You got him good? They're fucking slow.
Look at that. Disney.
Look at me. Look at me.
Got it.
Hold on. Look at me.
Couple pounder.
Some regulars, hold on. camera's down. You ready? Holy shit, that's the biggest bass I ever caught. Yeah, I'm ready. Hit the camera. Disney bass. Fishing these canals. Sneaking around. Look at that. That fucking slot, dude. Look at that. Holy shit. Let's try it again. You good? Yep. Dude. You want to try? Huh? That's easy, a 3-pounder. Working. Get some Disney. Look at me. Get some Disney in the back end. Freaking world bass. Working. Good. Should I need my glasses on or what? No. You good? Should I let him go? Yeah, it looks good. Film it. Film it. Holy cow. Disney World bass. We are at Disney Springs and we're fishing these weed beds, and holy cow, so much fun, so much fun. Gunner's turn now. I just caught 2 big bass, biggest bass I've ever caught. Hopefully we don't get caught, they kick us out of here, but we're gonna keep fishing until they do, because there's some monster bass in here. Oh, he's on, he's on. Oh, he's a pig. Careful. Oh, he's on, he's on, he's on. Jeez. Little toad, good enough. So everywhere we go, we try to do it ourselves fishing, because every time we get a guide, it costs us an arm and a leg. We don't catch anything. So we figured if we just hustle up some gear and run around and do it ourselves, we did. So here's a look at the poles. This is how small they are. Itty bitty. And they fit perfectly in a backpack. And then we just took some light tackle from home and just packed it with us. So we're here for a week. We're going to try to fish a little bit more and hopefully not get in trouble. And then we're headed off to Clearwater to do snook and tarpon. So we're running out of bait because they're just killing it. We didn't bring enough. So hopefully we can keep what we got. We still got some top waters and some stick bait and a couple more plastics, but I'm satisfied with what we caught. We came here to do just that, catch some Disney bass. So I'm happy. You good?
Hell yeah, dude, it was a great time. Caught some really nice bass. Wasn't really expecting anything that big, but sure glad it happened. Yeah, it's just real expensive.
How much do they charge you?
170 for it.
Go for it. We go out in front of it. You need to go out in front of it. The tree. Yeah. You got one? Decent? A little chub.
I was stuck on that branch.
It's a car.
Go around where?
Go down there and pitch it that way. Huh? What do you see?
The golf cart.
Good.
You on? Damn it. Need help? Right. Want your glasses?
Must not be big enough.
I've seen that. There's gotta be a locker in here though. Gotta be. You on? Big? Let me see. Good one, dude. Holy cow. Stay down there so step back a little bit down.
Said probably 2, 1.5.
Tell them what we're doing.
Out here fishing in the Disney Canal, walking past all these people giving us funny looks as we're across the fence fishing for these bad boys. But it's all working out. Nice one.
Yeah.
Good?
Mouth to us so he jumps if he swims.
What? Oh, it's on his mouth. Did you get a good picture?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Just let him go. Is he gone?
Huh?
Is he gone?
Yeah.
What are we rigging now?
Honestly, I have no idea what this is called, but I'm gonna call it a Bama bug. It kind of looks like one. It's like a craw imitation, black and blue, the blue sparkle. See if it'll catch a bass out of here. It's kind of beat up, but give her a shot.
I'm gonna try to hit those weeds again.
This one do them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. That's like bouncy from that healthy, but
See what? You on? Let him take it. Got him? Is he a big one? Oh shit, he's fucking huge, dude. You want me to take the pole so you can lip him? Dude, that's a fucking giant bass. You get him. You want me to take the pole so you can lip him? Don't let it cut that edge. Get him out of there. Holy shit, dude, look at the size of that. My turn now, sucker. You got the biggest one. Look at that. That's got to be a 5-pounder easy.
So fucking heavy.
You're good. You're good. Pick him up. Pick him up.
Security right there. Take a picture. That's my biggest bass.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Giant bass, dude. My turn.
Set it, set it, set it, set it.
Oh, nice. Got it?
All right, we showed up at Magic Kingdom with all our fishing gear in our backpacks. And when we went through security, they said we couldn't bring them into the park, which is understandable. They said they had people fishing around the moats at the castle. So they escorted us to the lockers and we could at least put them in lockers. So we put all our fishing gear in lockers, and maybe later on, we're gonna go try and hit the lagoon around Magic Kingdom. So no fishing inside the parks. What happened?
We got in the line and they opened our bags and their jaws dropped when they saw the fishing hooks. I guess that's a big deal here. Can't bring fishing stuff into the park. So we had to put everything in a locker. We almost didn't make it in, but everything's in the locker. We're good to go, and we're gonna go bass fishing later, catch some hogs.
So yeah, they told us that the hooks were a weapon and that we couldn't bring them into the park, and I get it. Sign of the times, no worries. So Magic Kingdom, we'll bass fish the lagoon maybe later and see if we catch any slobs. Got one. Come on. Dude, he's a good one.
That's a monster.
He's strong. Camera ready?
It's ready. I hook really got him, didn't it? Good enough?
Oh, it's a pig. You on? Is that a nice one? Real. Real. Sick. He's a fatty. Yeah, he's a fatty.
Here we go. Take number 455. So what we found out bass fishing at Disney is that some of the workers are nice and some of the workers are not so nice. We got asked to stop at Disney Springs by a lady in a pontoon boat. We were fishing off the shore and she came up and said, there's no fishing from the shore, but you can rent a boat.
Go down the next bus stop.
This is ours.
We're gonna be at that bus stop.
Where are we at?
Huh? Where that person is. We need to get down to the next bus stop so we can cross right there and go across the next bus stop. Right?
Go out. I can't see.
That's where we need to get over there.
Okay.
We're at the west-east depot. We go to the west.
Alright. So anyway, you can rent an excursion and a guide, but it's $470 for 4 hours. I'm done with the guided trips. Every time we buy an expensive guided trip, they run us out and run us back, and that's it. You catch bait fish. It's like the hell with that. So we decided to do everything on our own. It's rained. So once they discover that you're fishing here and they tell you to stop, they alert everybody. So then it's super hard to sneak around because then everybody's on the alert. So now we're going to cross the road from our resort, and there's a pond and another canal that I was looking up on the map, and hopefully we can get back in there and not get bothered. But we'll catch up to you when we get over there. It's been fun though. I don't know why we haven't done this in the past. We went to Bass Pro and bought collapsible poles, and we've been killing them on Cincos. Blue, green, and pumpkin. So we're gonna keep using it. Doing the old Texas rig. All right. As soon as we get over there, I'll turn back on and show you where we're at. We made it. Made it across the road. Nice pond right here. I'm gonna go up over this hill over here. The canal back there. Look at this, untouched, secluded, nobody to bother us. Keep in mind, there are alligators and snakes here. So if you are planning on doing this, it's at your own risk. We don't advise it because we're crazy and we love fishing and hunting. Holy crap, I'm hot now. Well, let's see how many we can get in before somebody comes along. Catch up with you in a minute. Damn. Oh yeah. That's cool. Yep. Yep. You're getting hits. Oh yeah. Decent. Look how dark he is. He hit it hard, bro.